Hello and welcome back to the Moodle Course Development video series. I'm Joe Deegan, and in this section you'll learn how to create course sites. So let's go ahead and get started. You've got a course category created. Now you're ready to create the first course for that category. In this video you'll learn how to get started by adding a new course site and configuring its settings. As you saw in the previous video, course sites can be created by going to the Courses option in the Site Admin menu. So I'll go to Site Admin, then I'll scroll down a little bit and go to Courses, then Add Edit Courses. And from here, you just go to Add New Course. And then after clicking the Add a New Course button, you're brought into this course site settings where you'll need to enter all of the details and configure the settings for your new course site. So we'll start at the top with the category and the name for the course. In the last video, you should have created a new course category on your Moodle site. The category option is where you would select that category to place your site into. And then after selecting the category, I'll go ahead and select Math here. After selecting the category, you'll need to enter a full name and a short name for your site. So enter the full title for the course site in the full name field, but for the short name, you may want to abbreviate that a little bit. After entering the name, you have the option to enter an ID number for your course if you'd like to, and it's always a good idea to enter a summary of what your course is about using the summary field. This will make your site a little more user-friendly so students know what the course is going to be about. So something nice about the summary field is that it gives you these options to format your text or also add multimedia like graphics or video. Then after entering the summary, you'll need to scroll down and you'll need to select which kind of format you want, whether it be weekly, topics, social, or SCORM. The two most popular formats are topics and weekly. The topics format allows you to organize your course into sections, and the weekly format allows you to organize according to a weekly schedule, which is useful if you'd like to organize the course site, but what needs to be completed each week. The next setting you'll need to configure is the course layout. If it's a long course with a lot of content, then you may want to show one section per page. But if it's not a real long course, then you can choose to show it all on one page, which is normally the most common option chosen. Now we'll choose how many topics or weeks we want on the course site. For example, if your course has 5 sections, or it's 5 weeks long, then you'll select 5 from this menu. If you choose the weekly format, it's important to select the course start date so that the dates for each week are correct. And then beneath the course start date, you have the option to choose if you want hidden sections to be completely invisible or shown in a collapsed form. And also, each course site comes with a news form where you can post course news and information. The News Items to Show option allows you to choose how many items you want to appear listed on the course site. Each course also comes with a gradebook, which is where the grades for all activities and assignments will appear. So if you want your students to be able to check their grade for each assignment, then you'll want to select Yes from the Show Gradebook to Students option. The Activity Reports option is something we'll talk more about later, but it's used for teachers and admins to view the activity of their students in the course site. And the last option in the General section is the maximum upload size, which allows you to limit the size of files uploaded by students for assignments or by teachers. And then next we'll move down to the Guest Access section. The Guest Access section is used to give users access who haven't logged into the site, or you can limit access to guests who have a password. You'll need to be careful with this option if you're concerned with the security of the site. Then beneath the Guest Access section, you have options for using groups in your site, which is useful if you want to organize content and reports according to any kind of groups. This is great if you need to sort students according to department, class, or any type of group you may need. Next, we have the Availability option, which allows you to block access to the course if needed. This is a useful feature if you need to block students from the course while you're working on it. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, the Language section allows you to choose which language to appear on the course site. And the final option all the way down here at the bottom is role renaming. If you want to name your roles for teacher and student different from what is in Moodle by default, then you can go ahead and do that here. Then after you configure all the settings, just go ahead and click Save Changes, and you'll be brought to a screen where you can enroll users. We'll talk more about enrolling users later, but this is where you would enroll your students or anybody else that you want to give access to the site. For now, we'll skip enrolling users and come back to it later so we can go ahead and set up the course site before we give students access. So we can get to our new course site by clicking on the name of it in the navigation block. So I can see here it is right here. I named it Test 1 and I put it in the Math category. So I'll go ahead and click on that and it'll bring me to the new course site. Okay, and here we are in our new course site. You can see I chose weekly topics with 5 sections, so I have the 5 sections here listed according to the dates. Okay, now it's time for a little practice. Go ahead and create your own course site. Then test out the various configuration settings to see how it affects the overall layout and look of the course site. In this section, you learned how to add a new course site and configure its settings. Now that your course site is configured and created, you can move on to the next video where you'll learn how to edit the course site. That's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.